tall position. Feel grounded. Let's take our 3 deep breaths. So hands on the belly, lips are sealed, and you're gonna take your gaze 20 feet away, opening up your vision. Let's take an inhale in, light, slow, deep. If there was a feather under your nose, you wouldn't disturb it as that breath comes in, and as it relaxes out, let those ribs relax, let your shoulders relax. Good, 2 more times. We're just setting up the body, getting that nervous system to come into a more passive state. Inhaling in and exhaling through the nose. Great, 1 more time. Awesome, because it feels so good. Let's start with some hip circles. So take your feet nice and wide and just go all the way around. If it helps to sing your favorite little song here as you're doing it, please feel free. Good, get all the way around, and let's go the other way. Take it around. Nice, as you get to the front, think about just really opening up the front of your hips. Nice, and now let's get our spine moving here. So we're gonna place our hands flat on the chair. Knees are bent. This could also be a desk or a wall space. Bend your knees and we're gonna round our spine. So nod your chin, looking towards your belly button, and then really hug up under your rib cage like there's a hammock pulling you up, and then your tailbone's gonna kind of tuck underneath you like a scared puppy dog tail. Take a moment there, really send energy through those arms and stretch across the shoulder blades. And now let's think about lengthening our tailbone and the crown of our head away from each other. If you had big suspenders on, you'd be stretching the suspenders that run down the sides of your waist, thinking length. And let's just do that a little more fluid, a few more times. Let's round and reach and round and lengthen. Good, make it as fluid as you can. And then go ahead and have some fun with it. I call this jump roping the spine, where I take the spine around and drop it down, over and around. You could also just move your body in any way that feels appropriate, okay? So just go for one of those, getting the spine to move. And if jump roping the spine doesn't make sense, just move it in any way you want to move it. Good, all right, straighten the legs. Let's take the left hand to the center, and we're gonna let the right arm come off to the side. Think about a lot of energy coming out the crown of the head and the tailbone. And we're now gonna move our rib cage. So imagine that right rib is starting to lift to the sky. And I'm gonna let the right arm follow through and just really press away. Let's take an inhale here. Good, and then I'm gonna dive through and reach my right arm through, stretching between my shoulder blades as if someone's trying to pull my hand. Let's do that 2 more times. Reach, and send it through, and reach, and send it through. Awesome, let's do the other side. So left arm goes long, we're gonna rotate the ribs, stretch away. Feel those arms really stretching away from each other. And then dive it through, stretch between the shoulder blades. Let's do it 2 more times. Reach, and through. Last one, reach, and through. You got it, hands back down, step your feet back a little bit further and open them up a little wider. And now send your tailbone beyond your heel. So now what I'm getting into is the back of those hamstrings, and then we're gonna get the outer hip by just moving our pelvis side to side. Your pelvis, this is just a little pelvis glide, side to side. Getting into the back of the legs and into the hips. Nice, and then if you're up for it, we're gonna hit a plank position real quick, and we're gonna send it back to a modified downward dog. Heels go down, tailbone goes up. We get that awesome thoracic stretch again in the upper body, and then we'll come forward into a plank. Let's just do it 2 more times. Just getting a little movement. Good, feeling that glide in the shoulders, the hips, the ankles. Nice, and then let's just hold that downward dog stretch 1 more time. Good, walk it in. We're gonna come on up, and then interlace your hands, press them away. Open up your hands. We're gonna stretch the palms and the fingers. Bring it back, palms face up, elbows go down. 2 more times. Reach, and down, and reach, and down. Switch the grip. Here we go, reach, elbows down, palms up. Stretching through those hands, fingers, wrists. Good, send it out, reach it up overhead. Let's go up and over to the right, up and over to the left because it feels good. And then break those hands apart. Stay nice and tall, and the arms can come down. And just take another deep breath here, in and out of the nose. Thank you for moving with me today.